these two sounds can be a little tricky because it's like, when do you use this one? When do you use this one to say the j sound? Because this is obviously j, right? This can sometimes be j. This is the card I use when I'm teaching my student the g sound, but then I pull this card out when I also introduce the j sound, like giraffe. So this is an interesting thing because it's based on this rule. English-based words do not end in I, J, U, or V. Now, there's a lot of other words that do, but English-based words do not end in I, J, U, or V. So what we have to do, like in the word sage, the j is at the end, but we can't end it in a J. So we have this G, E at the end. That's how we get around it. It's pretty cool. But wait, oh, wait. There's another sound that says j. What? Why would a D be there? Well, let me tell you. The D is so important, you guys. It's a quiet D. So we know the GE is saying j, right? Just like in sage. But what's happening in this word? So what we have is our GE right there saying j. So we know that that's going on. But why do we have the D? This is one unit. What is it there for? Let me show you. Look at what's at the end of this word. That's an E at the end of a word. If it jumps over one sound and finds a vowel, A-E-I-O-U, it will make that a long sound. So, but this is jumping over and seeing a D, so it's not messing with this E, eh. But what would happen if that D wasn't there? It would jump over and find that E and say E. Eej, heej. That's not a word. So we need the DGE at the end so that D blocks that. But let's look back at sage. This E is doing double duty in this word because if it jumps over that G, look what it's doing. It's finding a vowel. That vowel is going to say A, S, A, J. So in this word, it did want to be a magic E, but in hedge, we have to block it because we want that E to say eh. It's regular sound. Isn't that cool?